All right, today I'm reviewing the Devastator by Titan Bags. Let's go ahead and jump in and start with the design here. Titan Bags has a pretty standard design they use across the board on their bags. You've got the model down here, you've got the Titan, each one of their bags has a image, logo, something referring. Usually I think it's the animal. I think every case they have it's some sort of animal, I believe, or they have some insects in there as well. But they have some kind of image to go along with it. The backside, the Titan Bags logo. This is the 2023 bag. These are our ACL Pro stamped as well. But it's 2023 models. They change their design a little bit each year, and this is the new design. You kind of get that faint logo back there, a two-tone color. Here's a Venom. Here's a Venom here. You can see, again, very similar design. Backside, almost identical. They are identifiable, which is what I like. When you see one of these bags, you immediately know it's a Titan bag, and it's pretty easy to tell what model it is. I also have the Prowler here. Prowler's a little different because it's a carpet bag, so it doesn't have a backside. Again, it's a pretty standard design. You can kind of see there the similarities they have through their bags. So again, bags are easily identifiable. I have no issues with it. They really don't have those wow bags that you look at and go, wow, I just got to get that bag because I love the way it looks. But they also don't have those really ugly bags you go, man, I just don't want to buy that. It looks awful. They do some special releases as well. So they'll have some special designs for different things throughout the year. But I believe this is their standard design on this bag. It's good. I like it. It's not great, but I have no issues with it. Material-wise, this Devastator, this is a faster bag in my opinion here. It's designed for running bags in the hole. Slow side here, this is the same slow side that the All Slides uses, not the All Slides 2.0, but the regular All Slides uses this. The Fire Incinerator uses it. It's the same material that the Pro Sniper uses on the slow side, but it's the other side. The Pro Sniper uses the back side. This is the top side of that material, the front side of that material on this one here. Titan does put their speeds on, I think, all their bags. So they call this a 6. This plays like a 7 to me. Now, Titan Bags is based in Georgia. Georgia's got a pretty humid climate, so a lot of times you're going to see, as I review a lot of their bags, that they rate their speeds a little slower in most cases than I do because of, I think, the humid conditions. In humidity, this is probably more like a 6. But in normal conditions, this plays like a 7 to me. But you're looking at a 6-7 speed range for the slow side here. It's a fast but controllable material. It's super hole friendly. It's definitely if you're a fast bag player, this is a wonderful material. Some of the fast bags out there use this on the slow side. They're starting to use it more and more over that Viking fast side material. It's similar to that, but not quite the same. The fast side here is the Game Changer fast side, the Surefire fast side. Titan rates it at 8. To me, it's an 8, but it's a faster 8. If I wanted to go halves, they call it an 8.5. So I would call this a 7, 8.5. They call it a 6, 8. So that's kind of what you're looking at. This fast side is also the same fast side that the All Slide uses and the Fire Incinerator uses as well. So that's what we got here is Titan's version of the All Slides, Titan version of the Fire Incinerator. It's not as big as that Incinerator. Incinerator has those big square corners. It's not quite that big. It's more down to a normal template. It plays on the larger side, but the template-wise, it's not really. It's really that 6x6 square bag. It's not, but because it's a little bit thinner, when you're throwing the bag on the board, it wants to flatten out, and it looks larger, feels larger on the board than what it really is. It does have some flop to it. It's not as floppy, I'd say, as that Incinerator is, but it does have some flop to it. So if you don't like a floppy bag, you might want to look for something a little different. But if you don't mind a little bit of a floppy bag, and there are advantages to having that, and I'll get to that in a minute when I talk about playability. But if you don't mind a floppy bag, then this does have a fair amount of flop to it for you. The fill is that small disc fill. It may be a blended fill. I've been trying to play around with this. It's hard to really tell. Every now and then I think I feel a bead in there. But if it is blended, it's mostly the small disc with occasional beads in there. But it gives a great hand feel. You've got that disc fill in there. You've got two fairly soft materials, very pliable. The one thing I will say, being floppy, for me, I do a butterfly grip. If you do a regular grip, you're going to have that bag flop in there. Just be aware it's going to flop on you. So if you don't like that, again, even if you try to grab it, the more you grab, you still got flop there because there's that much space in the bag. For me on the butterfly, when I butterfly a bag, the reason I do this is like to lock the bag down. Because this bag is floppy, when I first do it, the bag has some flop to it here. A lot of bags do. What I do, and you'll see what time it is, I'll shake the bags as I'm getting up there. As I shake it, it gets the beads to settle, and now it fills out, and that flop is gone, so I can really lock that bag down. So if you don't like a floppy bag in your throw, you might want to look at a butterfly grip for this bag because you can actually pinch it, lock it down, and now with that thing locked down like this, I can control exactly how I release that bag. If I grab a normal bag and I don't shake it and I do like this, when I go to release, I can't really control because I don't know exactly where the beads are. There's flop there. I can't always control exactly how that bag's going to release out of my hand. So that's why when you see me in the videos all the time, I'm always shaking my bags. What I'm trying to do is lock that resin in there so that I can lock that bag down so I can control and predict how that bag's going to release and what it's going to do. But again, if you don't like that floppiness in your throw or that movement in your throw, you might want to look at another option Titan has. Titan has a ton of models, so they've got a bag for you. If you don't like this one, they've got something else that's going to fit your style better. Now we'll jump into playability here on this bag. Because it's a faster bag, this is a bag you're just designed to run bags in the hole. Right? You're putting bags in the hole, bag after bag after bag in the hole. You're putting your 4 bags in, 12 points, trying to outscore, outlast your opponent. This slow side is controllable enough. You can kind of put a blocker up there if you want to, because both sides are fast. Doesn't offer much resistance as a blocker. It's not really going to kick a bag off. The next bag that comes into it, it's just going to push it and it's going to go right in. Yeah, if you do throw a blocker up there, or maybe you throw a little softer, or you hit the dead spot and the bag kind of dies out, it's a very easy bag to collect. Even though it's a floppier bag, because it's not really a larger template, you get a little bit of bag bunching up, but it does seem to want to kind of hit it. There's enough fill in here. It wants to hit, it'll push it in. You get these bags going. They're very hole friendly. They're going to fall in. Both sides are hole friendly. I didn't really have much issues with the bags hanging on the hole. If they were hanging there and they didn't melt on their own, I had no problem. The next bag, just throw them a normal next bag down there, and just as the next bag went in, it would just catch it, clip it, drag it in, or the next 2 bags, it would go in no problem at all. Now, when I was talking about the flop and the advantage of having the flop, like in the hand feel, the flop isn't always the best. Like, I don't like a floppy bag in my hand feel. But the advantage of having a little bit of a flop in the bag is the forgiveness. And you watching these throws here, if I'm a little off to the left, a little off to right, all you need is this bag to kind of just catch this quarter to drop in and catch that hole as it goes by. And when it drops and it catches, it's going to spin this bag around and melt it and pull it right back in. And this bag did it time and time again for me. And that's the beauty of these faster bags, these floppier bags. That's why most people, when they have a faster bag, they tend to want a little bit of flop to it. A faster, fuller bag doesn't always do that. Sometimes they will, in the rare occasions, not always. That floppiness allows that bag that goes by the hole to drop in and just grab it. And as it goes by, it catches it, spins it again, and melts it down. So that's the advantage you get there. And this bag does a wonderful job of that. This bag's extremely hole friendly. If you get it near the hole, it's probably going to go in. If it doesn't, it's pretty easy to collect. Like, I didn't really have to get aggressive or do anything crazy to collect these bags. This is not a bag that you're really flopping or rolling or cutting much with. This bag is designed to slide in the hole. If someone throws a blocker, you're either airmailing over it or you're pushing through it. That's really your options. I mean, you can sort of cut it a little bit. I'm sure you could probably flop it. Some people can roll it, but most of us aren't doing that, right? That if you want to flop or roll, there are plenty other bags that Titan has in the lineups that's going to do a better job of that. This is for sliding the hole, pushing through the blocker, or airmailing over. Those are your options. If that's the type of player you are, this is a wonderful bag for you. If you like that fire incinerator, but maybe you don't want quite that big bag, or you don't like those big square corners, this is an awesome alternative. I think you're going to love this as well. Availability on this bag, Titan does an awesome job of keeping bags available. Very rarely do bags go out of stock. Occasionally they do, but if they do, they're back in stock pretty quickly. They usually have a fairly good variety of color options available as well. So if you don't like the blue, they have other options available in other colors for these bags. They run, I think it's like $79.99, $80 for a set of 4 bags plus shipping. Very reasonable. It's on the cheaper side of bags. So yeah, if you want to get a set, they're very affordable. Sometimes they'll run some sales every now and then, do some different discounts. I think there's some pros out there as well that have some discount codes that might save you $5 here or something like that. You check that out. Titan does have quite a few ACL pros now signed for their bags, so you're going to start seeing more of these bags. If you watch ACL events, ACL tournaments, if you watch them on YouTube or Facebook, you're going to see a lot more of these Titan bags on the telecast, on the broadcast, because they've signed some pretty elite pros to their line, to their team this year. So I think they're going to start growing and blowing up. You're going to see more of their bags around, and for good reason. They make great bags. This Devastator is definitely one of their better bags. I love throwing it. I think you will too. So if you do like fast bags and you like to just put points on the board and run that PPR up, go check out the Devastators. Thanks guys for watching. Thanks for your support.